Welcome to this episode of the Sonny and Staxx Show.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Especially Paul. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hey,
Paul.
hey, Paul. Yeah, we weren't talking about you, Paul. The wrong Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, you got a wrench. You're good.
Yeah, what does that wrench mean anyway?
It means they could bump people out and flush them.
How do you do that?
Well, if you got a wrench, you can do that.
I got a wrench.
Do you?
You gave me a wrench.
Yeah, don't start flushing people. Oh man, now I gotta take it away from you, Sonny.
Oh,
You're gonna be flushing people left and right. Rogue, what's up, man? How are you? Profits for life. Jiggling the handle before it even flushes. Get it prepared, right?
hey, babe, watch her.
So Miranda will be here in a little bit. We just wanted to come on here. We want to chop it up before she gets here. Shout out to everyone that takes the time to watch this show. We got a great one for you guys tonight.
Yeah, she's up and coming, man.
She's huge. She's a UFC champion right now. Like,
yeah.
Don't get no better than that. She'd kick a lot of these dudes' asses. That's for sure.
So I was reading up on her biography, and her and her family, they have their own farm.
Yeah, that's where she grew up.
They cut their own meat. They grew their own vegetables and canned them, and their own milk. And I mean, they totally lived off the earth.
Yeah.
I think that's
so carrying cool. Buckets and all that shit.
Yeah. Man, that's
they
cool.
Have pickles. They sell pickles and different flavored pickles.
Oh, yeah.
They have their own store. And here, I'll drop a link for Miranda's store if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, Full Green.
Full Green Light, what's going on? Healthy living, definitely. It's a good thing to do nowadays. A lot of people aren't living healthy. I try the best I can, but you know how it is. It's hard. Like, what do you eat? Lettuce?
Even that's no good for you now.
I know. It's sprayed with something, right?
Yep.
It is terrible. Nathan, what's going on? Fish? I don't eat fish. I don't like it.
You kidding, really?
Yeah, I'm not into fish, man. I just don't like it. Never did.
Yeah, no, I love fish. That's right, Rogue. I'm not a rabbit either.
Yeah. Do you know, what do they call a vegetarian with diarrhea?
What?
Salad shooter.
Oh, man. I'll be using that tomorrow.
Yeah, she grew up on a farm in the Midwest.
I mean, it did their own butchering, everything. That's
yeah.
It's it's shit you don't think about when people say I got my own farm. You don't think that, at least I don't. The only thing I think about is like you get eggs from the chicken. That's about it.
Yeah, like there's a coop out back, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What do you think about getting your own chickens? You think it's a good idea?
Yeah, you know what? My cousin just did it. Lives out in Long Island.
The price of eggs right now, it probably is, right?
That's why he did it. Yep. That's why he did it.
But then you have to watch out for, predators out there eating your livestock, right?
Yep. Then you got to watch out for the salmonella and everything else. But he's enjoying the hell out of it.
It's going to be a pain in the ass, though. I had a guy that I worked for, and he had chickens, and they were always getting attacked by animals, and it was always something.
Yeah. You gotta have the yard screened in, but that doesn't always do the trick either.
No, he had that too. The coyotes would come, raccoons eat them. Even raccoons will eat chickens. You got to get a rooster to protect them too, right?
Well, not just to protect them, to keep them, keep them going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but won't they have eggs even without a rooster? They'd need a rooster to fertilize the eggs, not to have them.
Exactly.
They'll just lay eggs constantly.
Right.
If they're fed. I don't think they need a rooster. You don't need them fertilized unless you want to grow baby chickens. But I don't think once you get chickens, you don't need to do all that.
But no,
right?
No, only if you're going to sell them.
Yeah,
you're going to sell, you know.
We'll have Miranda when she comes on here. What the deal is?
Yeah.
With that.
We'll be talking all about McDonald's fucking farm. And she's going to say, do you want to talk to me about my fighting or what?
Yeah, we'll talk about the fighting, all that stuff. We'll see what she got going on.
That's a good question, Rogue.
The underground bell system, yeah, it went off when the predators hit the compound. The lips. The underground lip bell system.
That is awesome.
It's one hell of a windy day today.
Yeah, and you know what? Over here, down here in North Palm Beach, at 3 o'clock, usually at 3 o'clock, as long as I can remember, you know, when Jesus dies on the cross, the weather, the skies get dark and it like rains almost every time. And this year, it didn't. It was still bright, but the wind stopped. It was very, very eerie. And then a lot of people were talking about that today on Facebook.
What, the wind?
That there was, that there was no rain or dark clouds that came in. You know.
Well, it's got to be.
Pink Panther said, "Let's go."
We're going. We're going.
Where are we going?
Hold on, I got a donation. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep them anonymous. I don't think they want their name out there, but you know who you are.
We used to eat fresh fried chicken, Rogue said.
Fresh fried? Me too, at KFC.
Fresh fried chicken.
Told you we got next. Shout out to the Pink Panther. Appreciate you. Shout out to Shinobi. Appreciate you, man.
Nice. We got the best chat in the business.
Yeah, we do. We got good people always watching our show, man. We got some mega shows in the works. You guys will be surprised. Let's take a look at the store. This is Miranda's store right here. Make sure you guys go check it out.
What's in there? Oh, that's our merch?
All kinds of stuff. Clothes, kids' clothes, clothing. There, you can get seminars, private lessons, self-defense.
Oh, wow.
MMA seminars, hoodies.
Fear the Maverick.
Gloves, pads, private lessons, tank tops.
I like that. Worst nightmare. That's pretty cool.
Boxing gloves, MMA
Where's the
gloves.
eggs? Where's the freaking eggs?
I know. Where's the eggs at?
Where's the eggs and the power pickles?
She got a sweater, more private lessons, seminars.
Tell you what, she keeps winning the way she's winning. That stuff's going to sell like crazy.
Yeah, I think it already is selling like crazy.
She's got a category I saw called bestsellers, so she must be doing okay.
She's doing great, man. I see her all
she's
over
not
the
like
place
you know.
on the internet.
She's smart because she's
down to earth person too. She's not like, you know how when people start getting big with their careers, they start acting a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Very down to earth.
You mean like me? You mean like me?
No, man, your head is this big. You're like, come here, take a picture with me. Don't you know who I am?
I'm Mo Green.
I'm like, I kind of remember you. No, you do have a memorable face, though. I definitely recognize you from some movies you've been in.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% when I first met you.
You said that too. Do you remember?
Yeah. I 100% seen you in the film before. And
But when you came up to the thing for Ciro de Paggio,
yeah, the red carpet event for
you were
Silent
like, hey,
Partners.
you think I could come in? And yeah, there's that. Yeah, get the fuck in here.
Yeah. I haven't been to a lot of them things, man. I feel out of place sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It's very
But
awkward. Then you
yeah,
get used to it.
only if you make it. I think
It was
they're all the 1 in a million the same. So
it was a
hi,
cool,
Maureen.
it was a good time though. It definitely
Yeah.
was. It was a great
Except-
film, Silent Partners.
Except for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Can't complain. Wild.
So yeah, I talked to him. I'll tell you later off screen.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, right?
Mm.
You got it. Oh, it takes all kinds to make the world go around. I know that's true.
Oh, you need them. You didn't see any. You didn't see Joey today, right? They had a little clip they put up, Molina, and he tells a story about when he was a kid. His father used to grow the hottest peppers that you could ever think of.
Oh yeah, with the dirt bike. That was yesterday.
Yeah, was that some story or what?
Gave the kid the dirt bike.
That was hysterical.
Hot pepper. Yeah,
the kid funny. Went into convulsions. They thought they killed him. He is really, really too much.
He is. He's getting pretty big.
But yeah,
shout out to the Skinny with Joey Merlino. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Go to his Patreon, check it out, and subscribe. Tell him Staxx sent you.
There you go. Pink Panther wants me to come for dinner.
Can you believe the things that are going on in the world, man? You know what I just seen? I seen they're taking illegal immigrants and putting them in a veterans place for housing in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is this world coming to?
It's crazy.
I'm telling you, man, it's not
looking
good.
Did you see in the diddly? There's another person added to the indictment. Cuba Gooding Jr.
P. Diddy do it? P. Diddy
Cuba Gooding Jr. is now a defendant.
Oh, that's been on there for a while, man. He was accused of things in the past.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. By both sides of the street, but
and now 50 Cent is getting accusations thrown at him from his girl, his baby's mother.
Right.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, it seems like a tit for tat thing, but still, something like that could ruin you. Right?
Oh, it's been going on for too long.
It's terrible. Right. Francis, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Francis is here with a picture.
Hey!
Da 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 da.
Miracles do happen.
Oh, Pink Panther, you live in South Florida. Ah.
50 Cent is the same. Hey, Talisa, how are you?
I always liked 50 Cent.
Yeah, me too. I've met 50.
You met him?
Yeah, I got pictures with him and all that.
Yeah. Is he a cool dude?
Yeah, he's all right. Little snotty, but it's to be expected, right?
Wow, look, Rogue says I heard LeBron too. With Jay-Z.
LeBron is named in it too. He was
my God.
You know who else was there? Trump.
Yeah, well, he was good friends with P. Diddy.
He was at the mansion too.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's not looking good for any of them. They said that this is the hip hop's Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank God I turned him down. He wanted to give me the guest house.
What, you weren't pretty enough?
Oh, yeah. Come on, I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I agree, Talisa. But now we see what happens.
It's wild.
Because when these things hit the papers and they hit the news, you are guilty till proven innocent. End of story.
100%. You're getting judged by society, especially with social media. It's a whole new animal.
Right.
Because people have the power to say what they want, even though a lot of people's opinions out there don't matter. They think But the funny thing is, they think they do. They think that they're the, I don't
Thank
even
you.
know how to call it. They think like they're the gatekeepers or some shit to certain
Right.
things, and they're not.
Of the
They let,
genre.
yeah, like they're fuck the genre. I don't believe I'm in a genre. I cover all areas of interviews and different people. I don't
That's why.
feel like
That's
I'm
why I
in a
said from the
genre.
beginning we're going to keep doing that because then we're not tied to one stupid thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
Sunny Isles Beach, Pink Panther lives. That's not far from me.
I'll be down there soon. I'll be sitting on the sun with you guys.
Good. We'll go out. We'll have some fun.
Yeah, we'll get our cars washed.
We'll go. We'll go down to Boca Raton and have a hamburger with Joey.
Yeah, why not? So,
He
what do you
says
think about this accident? The boat hitting the bridge.
I don't know. A lot of people are coming forward and saying what we've been saying all along, and I mean people with some clout and power and involved investigations. They're saying something is just definitely not right there.
100%.
40, almost 50% of everything that was on that barge was hazardous material.
Wow. And they're saying it was sneakily done. And now Russia just moved their warships into the Red Sea.
Yeah, I saw that. You see what else Russia did?
What?
Sent over 750,000 barrels of oil over to Cuba because they're having a hard time over there and power outings and they can't get food. So he sent 750,000 barrels of oil.
Did you see the down in
Crazy.
Haiti, a YouTuber got kidnapped?
No kidding.
Yeah, he's being held right now for $600,000 ransom.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on, I'll get the story.
See if they can make it 610 because I need 10 grand.
Me too. Make it 620.
All right, 620. You don't want to fuck around with Haiti. I don't care.
Man.
Mm-mm.
So this YouTuber was out there trying to interview people, right? And
yeah.
He wanted to interview Barbecue, the guy who allegedly won that war down there, who's running the country now. He's the one in control.
Right.
And he went down there to interview him, and they snatched him up. One of Barbecue's henchmen snatched him up. Here's a picture right here. So it's not looking good for him, man.
I don't know, man. That looks posed to me.
Yeah, he was there to interview him. So they were all like together at first, and boom, they turned the guns on him. Said, "You ain't going nowhere." So what happened is, American YouTuber reportedly kidnapped in Haiti. Well, we know about his disappearance. Twitch streamer Lelam tweeted Thursday his brother and fellow content creator Addison Perry Miloff, better known as Your Fellow Arab on YouTube, was kidnapped in Haiti while planning to film a video in the country, which the U.S. Department of State has advised Americans not to visit.
Wow.
A State Department spokesman said it's aware of reports of the kidnapping of a U.S. citizen in Haiti, but did not provide further information in the statement. On the tweet, they tried to keep his kidnappers private for 2 weeks before the word got out about the incident, later reposting what allegedly is his last video before he was kidnapped, in which YouTubers can be seen in a hotel balcony explaining his plan to travel to Haiti, the capital Port-au-Prince, where thousands of people have fled amidst intense gang violence. In the video posted to his video editor, appeared to be taken at Samada Hotel, a city about 6 hours away from Port-au-Prince, which is noted in the video. Miles Routledge, also known as travel YouTuber Lord Miles, said in a string of tweets, Milov and Jean, whatever the hell that is, associate would be helping Milov reach the capital. They were kidnapped and held for ransom by a Haitian gang. After Milov attempted to interview a gang leader, that guy Barbecue, Routledge tweeted, Milov's location is known and the YouTuber is confident he will be released from captivity, adding, the State Department is very hands-off on helping, even though this guy's a U.S. citizen. He's an idiot for traveling there. I'm sorry.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Like, I don't know why you would risk your life for what? Interview? Let me just go risk my life and go to the hood. That's like a war zone.
I mean, what would you get out of that?
I don't know. An interview, I guess. Exclusive content.
Stupidest move I ever heard in my life.
I mean,
like I said, that picture, I mean, he's got his arms around him, so.
James, definitely. Well, they probably went like this right after the picture. All right, you ain't going nowhere. Put him in the back.
Yeah, he's getting a piece of that money.
He's like, I ain't worried about it.
Unbelievable.
Definitely, and James, 100%.
And in the background, they had the Blessed Mother looking at you.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. No, right there. They got a whole shrine up there.
See?
Dude's got his arms around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, they ain't friends, bro. They just pose for a picture and then turn their guns on them. It's terrible. Not looking good for him. Miranda should be here.
Mike Tyson is going to barbecue YouTuber Jake Paul.
Yes, he is. We're going to ask Miranda's advice on what she thinks going to happen. I'm curious to know what she thinks about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Views and subscribers, that's the only reason he went over there to get kidnapped. Views and subscribers.
How many was he going to get out of that?
I don't know. Millions, probably. I mean, it's barbecue. He's the head of the fucking country. He took it over with his gang buddies.
That's right. That's right. So Lisa, I didn't even realize that. He got a Nike shirt on.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he? No, did he?
So did he?
Yeah, he had a Nike shirt on. The other guy got a
T-Mobile with Bugs Bunny. Shirt on. Look, it's Bugs Bunny on a Nike shirt.
The other guy's got a T-Mobile shirt on. Like, for real. Like, of course, they have all the amenities that we have, even though it is like a third world country.
So they interviewed Mike Tyson the other day.
Who did?
2 days ago. I think it was ESPN. And they asked him about getting ready for the fight coming up against Jake Paul. And, do you think this is something that you're going to be doing, on an ongoing basis? And he said, no. He goes, I want this one. I can't talk about anything else. He goes, but this one, and he got that Tyson look in his face. This one I really want. I really want bad. I'm like, uh-oh.
He said he swears on his daughter. It's going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think maybe he ain't playing games. Maybe it's not all about the clout. Maybe he wants to prove a point.
I think the more people give Jake Paul a shot, the madder he gets, Mike.
Anthony, what's going on? Just got done working. Just made it. I'm glad to see you, Sonny and Staxx. Thank you.
Hey, Andy.
Appreciate you. My brother Staxx, the most stand-up dude in the game, homie. Thank you, Shinobi. Appreciate you. And shout out to Sean Hopkins. Big things in the works.
Big things.
When are you starting to film on your film that you're a part of? When's the next filming session?
May. Because, you got the month of April now to do all the post-production stuff, and then we go right into the other one, start doing that. That's they changed the name of Chain Gang.
Where is it? Where's that one filmed?
The prison one is going to be down here, the comedy, and then after that is the ministry, and get rid of these fucking sideburns.
Where's he have? Because I seen that post that he posted. It was like a prison, right? What does he have? A whole empty prison he gets to use or something?
It's in a warehouse that they had built when they first started, because he started filming this 3 years ago. Then he came down with the cancer and everything else. So
yeah, he's doing great though, man. He's a resilient guy, definitely is,
and he's not lazy.
Yeah.
You know, when he came that close to death, and then, you know, all the years he was tied up, you know, he just keeps going. He said, I made a promise to the Lord, and I'm going to stick to it, and I'm not stopping.
He said, King Mike has spoken. He's going to fuck him up. Dancing Jake is going to his grave.
I'm telling you, the look on his face when he said, I want this one bad. I was like, oh, Jesus. He had that same look when he was going after, what's his name? That beat Ali.
But you saying when we talk to different people have a different opinion on what's going to happen here. Like, when we talked to Bobby Hits, he said it's all for entertainment.
Right.
And then when we talked to Stitch Duran, he said it's like a
real fight.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So we're getting opinions from the people that matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know. I think it was supposed to start out that way, but
well, all for entertainment.
Yeah, it's going to end up being a sanctioned fight.
Yeah, that's what they're pushing to get it as a sanctioned fight, right? So it goes on their records and all. It
goes on the record. Yep.
Hey, Baywatcher, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. We got a great show for you guys. We got one of the best fighters in the UFC in the female division, and we're gonna chop it up with her in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we got to talk about her farm, though. We have to definitely do that. I'm like really intrigued by that.
About the farm?
I really am. I swear to God.
I wonder if they have horses and shit. Probably, right? Cattle and horses.
Yeah. I would love that. I mean, I would love to do shit like that.
Tyson's going to take Jake Paul's firstborns. Man. Yo, when he gets in the ring with him and he looks over and sees him, he's going to be like, oh, shit, I think I fucked up. Right?
Yes, sir, brother.
Baywatcher says, you guys have an awesome show. Definitely. Imagine Tyson and BKFC. Oh, man.
Oof.
We're going to have to check in with the BKFC champions.
Yeah, we could do that.
100%. Shout out to the BKFC. They have a lot of great fighters in there too.
Eat.
But there's really no one out there like Christine Faria. Shout out to Christine Faria. She is a beast. She's an animal at fighting. Like,
oh, she's coming on too, right?
Eventually, she probably will.
Yeah.
She's gonna be fighting in Connecticut, I believe, on May 11th.
Oh, wow, really?
And I'm definitely going to be there. I want to see it in person. I want to see the other person beg for the fight to stop in person.
The Man of Steel might be there. Watch out.
That's what happened last time.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. Her opponent was begging for the fight to stop. No.
Oh, yeah. Right. No.
Yeah, it was like she was looking at the corner like, I don't want to do this no more. When she's seeing how serious she is and her skill level, insane. Like, I haven't ever seen a fight like that. It was insane. Did you
You're
really
right, Mike.
You seen it, Sonny?
Yeah, and I was reading what Michael Shinobi just said. If Tyson has a mental health moment in there, it's going to end terrible, and it's true. And people are saying that he was saying that he was training hard, but he was only going hard for when the cameras were on, and then when everybody turned them off, he stopped training. Now he's in full mode now to go. You know, he really wants to do this bad, I guess because more people than he wanted to, were giving credit to Paul, saying he's got a shot to do it. It'll be like that one fight. I forgot what it was. Yeah, I was fighting that because I had a broken back. Remember that?
Yeah. What's his name? Had a broken back fighting, and he won.
And I go, what do you mean? That idiot, I can't stand that announcer, but he goes, what do you mean broken back? You know, spinal.
Jason Reinhart, he got slammed on his neck and still won. Broke his neck.
Oh, that's right.
He got slammed right on his neck and he still won.
Right.
He was choking the dude, right? And the dude picked him up. Like while he was choking him, the guy picked him up with his whole body and slammed him. And he got passed out, but Jason won. It was insane.
That is insane. It's a WWF.
Probably get him on too. Shout out to Jason. There's a lot of great fighters out there. Miranda has crazy skill. Her level of skill is insane. But we got a special guest, Miranda Maverick. Hello.
There she is.
Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
It's all Sonny's fault. Can't hear you. No bueno.
No sound.
Hey, Baywatcher. Nothing. Can't hear you.
Walk it through.
Go to the audio,
settings, yeah.
And then go to settings on the middle. Yeah, we got you.
All right, good deal. Yeah, just had
there
to
you
where
are.
The audio was coming from. All right, perfect.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
We're great. We appreciate.
Good. We were just talking about you.
Perfect.
We were going over your website.
Okay, I just got done doing a private lesson with a little girl a few miles away. So I just got done doing that and got back here as fast as I could.
So you do self-defense for children?
I do all kinds of different private lessons. This one was more like jiu-jitsu based, but I do the striking, jiu-jitsu, MMA, or self-defense seminars and private lessons. And a lot of them are like kids and women that are local.
That's cool.
Well, you do it like FaceTime?
Nope, I go in person to the gym and teach them. I don't do as many as I used to because that used to be one of my main sources of income, I guess. But now I just have like key people that I teach that want to pay and get private lessons.
Nice.
Things are picking up when you start winning a lot, right? Things really start to pick up.
Hopefully not private lessons. I've almost decided to quit doing them just because they take so much of my time when I've got so much other stuff going on. But I enjoy doing it. And if I can make a positive influence on a kiddo's life or even a female who's been assaulted or something like that, I find it very passionate cause of mine.
Yeah. What do you think about the women getting assaulted in New York City recently? There's been a rash of assaults in Times Square and all that.
Yeah, that's crazy. And, a lot of them, they're like, I was in shock. I didn't even know what to do right afterwards. And then the guy just disappears. And amusingly, I've had 2 women in the last 2 weeks reach out to me and be like, hey, any tips for what I can do? I'm getting ready to go to New York. And I just gave them the basic self-defense tips, the be aware, pay attention. Somebody approaches you. Don't just be like, oh, hi, what's going on? Take a step back and try your best to be walking with somebody else,
Don't be on your phone. Stay off your phone when you're walking.
A lot of people who got assaulted weren't on their phone at all, Absolutely. Yeah, get on your phone texting, but I would say be on your phone on a phone call. When I want to be the safest, I pretend like I'm on a phone call. I'm not necessarily holding my phone or looking at it.
Yeah.
Like you're talking to someone else to get them to be like, oh, I might get caught or somebody might know what's going on. And obviously don't be walking by yourself and try to walk with a guy. As sad as it is, that usually deters 90% of people.
They should get a cattle prod. My suggestion is get a cattle prod and then
pepper spray. Pepper spray is pretty good. It's legal in New York City. Pretty much everything else is illegal in New York City, which is really unfortunate.
You can use bear spray, though.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Pepper spray. And my other advice is don't go to New York City. I hate New York City.
I know it's getting terrible. It's really getting bad there.
I can't believe I'm from New York City.
Okay.
And I cannot believe what happened to it. I just can't believe it.
Yep.
What they let that place become. It's
really
terrible.
It's really going bad. So
listen,
Sonny,
before we get into anything, one question.
Yeah.
Tell me about these pickles.
So, you know, I grew up on a ranch, moved around a lot, but always like that farm lifestyle. We learned how to butcher animals. We ground our own beef. We ground our own turkey, chicken, all that. And I also learned how to do canning of all kinds of different things like sauces, salsa, pickles, like any kind of pickled thing you can think of, canned corn, like all that stuff. And when we moved out, all of us kids, my dad kind of stopped doing it because it was something we all did as a family. It takes a lot of time and effort. And I have started doing the pickling instead. So like every Christmas or, you know, whenever we start to run out, I can several half gallons and I take them home. And I'm just like, there you go. Merry Christmas. Right. Obviously, that's not the only gift, but I'm like, I'll try to restock their rations. Right. And
pickles again.
Right. This year I took an Instagram story and I was like, homesteading at its best, you know, and I had a few people reach out and they were like, would you sell a few jars of pickles? And I was like, I don't know, like 3-4 jars of pickle, like that's not going to make it worth my time. And I thought about it and I was like, you know, my family has thrown around the idea of doing canning or starting pickling, something like that before as a business. And I was like, let me put out this hypothetical post of, hey, if I started a pickle business, who would buy pickles from me? I got like 20, 30 responses within the first hour. And I was like, all right, I guess we're going to start making pickles, right? And slowly added flavors. Now I have 11 different flavors, sweet flavors, spicy, traditional, even sour dill, a lot of like rare flavors, like my spicy barbecue ones that nobody else really makes. And just started selling them. Right now, they're mostly online. I've gotten into a couple little coffee shops, but until I get FDA approval, it's going to be harder to get into big retail stores. So working my way up. But yeah, you can go online, prowlerpickles.com.
That's awesome.
How big is this?
Well, I haven't like rented out a factory or anything, if that's what you mean. But I have a whole like set aside living room basically in my house. It was supposed to be a dining room, and it's what I call my pickle room. And I just have the walls lined with my inventory right now. And I'm trying to stock up inventory since pickles, you know, it's not like they go old in 2 months. So trying to get inventory ahead of time to where when people order, I can send it out within the next couple of days. And so right now it's still a small business. I make them all from scratch myself. Nobody else touches them. I'm not hiring anybody yet. And I'm hoping to pass it on as a family business, give it to like my sister-in-law and make it to where like she can have her own kind of living at home and not have to go to work 9 to 5.
There you go.
How long does it take for a pickle to ferment or a cucumber to ferment into a pickle?
It depends on the flavor. So like my sour ones take about 2 weeks before they are good to eat from start to finish. My sweets take about 3 weeks. And then a lot of them I can do the same day, but to be the best flavor, it takes about 5 days for them to cure entirely when they sit there, right? But I will put the seasoning, spices, and everything with them, boil them, pack them, can them. And then after that, like set them on the shelves. And I always recommend like, let's wait 5 days and then they'll taste good because they'll have like that flavor set into them. If you have them right afterwards, they just kind of taste like a dull cucumber with a little flavoring, you know? So you got to let it sit in the brine a little while.
Yeah, the longer it sits, the better it'll be, right?
Yep, exactly.
Wow, that's even faster than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not too long, you know, it's just a matter of getting it done. But it is funny. I had somebody that was like, oh, the pickle making's so easy. And I'm like, well, then why doesn't everybody just make their own? And I'm like, it's not easy. It's definitely not that cheap if you go and buy the raw ingredients, buy the jars, you know, get the canning process started, buy a canner, like all that. And I'm like, but I found something that I think I'm good at. People love pickles, you know, some people don't. It's kind of a love or hate relationship, I feel like, with most people.
Right.
Pickles. And I have so many people that are like, you should make this, you should make that, you should make dilly beans, you should make salsa. And I'm like, whoa, like this is only me. I'm doing as much as I can alongside, you know, fighting and having a full-time job on the side. Like this is a lot for me. So
a little much, yeah.
A little bit.
No, I think that's awesome. Can you make sambuca pickles for me?
Maybe, you know, I say I do a special request if people want to.
Well, you get that. Tell the FDA to get moving quick. You can start being the major sponsor of all them pickleball tournaments across the country.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Is there pickle tournaments?
Pickleball tournaments, yeah.
Pickleball.
Never heard of pickleball?
No,
It's
I
like
mean,
tennis.
I've heard of it. But
Yeah, it's like a small version.
It's big. It's huge. Even
So-
last year was the first year they had the championship on ESPN. Pickleball. Crazy. All right, let's get to the fighting.
So Sonny was asking about your farm that you grew up on. Did you used to butcher animals and everything?
We didn't like butcher them for the public, but we would raise a steer for us like once every year and butcher them.
Yourselves, yeah.
Did you ever have to put one down
eggs,
yourself?
And we'd butcher our own chickens and turkeys and
Did you ever put an animal down yourself?
Sorry?
What was the first time? Do you remember the first time you put an animal down yourself?
I was probably like 10.
Wow.
Maybe. Killed a chicken. Like it's not like I'm gonna go out with my 22 and kill them. Like it's not that hard to kill them, you know. And the cows, we would typically have like a cow that was having a limp, or it was a steer that we butcher, and those you do kill. And I have only killed a cow one time, and it was because she was like in pain and gonna die out in the field, and I had to
And they say don't name them, right?
What?
Don't they say don't name them?
That's what they say. We actually had a steer that we hated. We couldn't stand him. He was so mean. And my dad was going to sell him. And then he was so mean. We were like, we're just going to eat him. And we'd literally be like, we're going to eat this. His name was Chief. That's what we named him. And so every time we ate him, we were like, oh, that's Chief Beef. Chief Beef, right?
Chief Beef. Was he good?
Chief Beef.
Yeah, it tasted perfect. But
man,
we grew up with milk that we milked from our own cattle, all that kind of stuff. So kind of grew up with all of it. And we still have a ranch back in Missouri, raise beef cattle, have a few chickens that we use for eggs. And now because we live next to the Mennonites and everything, it's almost cheaper and easier just to be like, hey, you guys want to butcher these chickens for us and butcher this cow for us? Like it's not even worth the time,
right?
With them.
What do you give them some of the meat, and then
sometimes we just pay them, you know, or sometimes it'll be in exchange for services or giving them something. Like that's the cool thing about living near Mennonites is it's a lot of bargaining, kind of like the old days.
That's what I said when we were talking earlier.
For the people that don't know, what is a Mennonite?
So people know what Amish is typically, unless you watch some kind of TV show that tells you what they are, and usually that's about 5% accuracy. The rest is bullcrap. Mennonites are considered a little bit more modern than Amish. Like often you will see certain sectors of Mennonites. Like there's different ones. There's some that are more strict than others. Some that like won't even use rubber tires. Others, they'll have a flip phone and they'll have dark colored vehicles and basically just can't do anything with vanity. Meanwhile, the Amish, if they catch you taking a picture of them, they think that they're going to go to hell, you know? So it's like, there's very different extremes of that. But we live next to the Amish and the Mennonites. The Mennonites are definitely more modern. They're usually the ones that do like feed store businesses and stuff like that, that you see.
They have electricity and all that stuff.
Typically, but they can't have natural electricity. They usually run them via generators or air or water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's very interesting how it works. But like I said, each one's different based on the sector. Just like there's Christians, but within that, there's Baptist. And there's different versions of them.
So is the Amish Mafia a real thing? Is there a Mennonite Mafia?
No, that's absolute nonsense.
It is, right? It's all for TV, right?
Yeah, like if it was... That's what's frustrating though, is like if it was turned into a racial thing, like, oh my goodness, that would be the worst show ever. It'd be terrible. But because it's Mennonites and Amish who don't even see TVs, so they don't know they're being made fun of, there's nothing bad about it. And I'm just like, if it was any other like sector of people, this would not be allowed, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Listen, Rogue wants to know where they can find your pickles. Is that powerpickles.com?
Prowler. So like you
Prowler, I keep saying Prowler.
Prowlerpickles.com. Go check it out. I ship anywhere. Literally, I have pickles in the UK right now. I ship to Canada, Mexico, US. And if you guys need anywhere else it's shipped to, just message me on there. Shoot a text, shoot an email, whatever. It's so funny. Somebody's actually calling me on my business Prowler Pickles phone now. Maybe they're from your guys' site. I don't know.
That's great.
So we wanted to ask you, what's your opinion on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight?
I can't believe that's happening, first of all. I mean, it's a moneymaker. Who knows if it's even going to actually happen at this point, but it's a money-making fight, just like all the Jake Paul fights. I can't believe he just keeps getting people to fight him within the same spectrum.
Right.
That's what's crazy to me. But I don't think he's like necessarily a goof. I think he knows how to box. It's just a matter of how good is he compared to other people. Yeah.
I mean, they're talking about Mike Tyson, though.
He's like, how old is he now? Like, the man can barely move.
I believe
he's 50, 57, 58, something like that.
So, like, you show him training, and it's like he's so stiff, he's so slow. It's like you can only be so good with all that stuff in your system he's putting into his system to get back in shape, and it's like, ugh.
Right.
I don't even see it, but hey, whatever. And not to be super hating on Mike Tyson, but he wouldn't even be taking this fight if he didn't need the money from how much stupid crap he did in his life.
I heard it's $100 million payday.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah, what is it? 130 he's getting?
So
and I think Jake Paul's getting 150, something like that.
They're just gonna split the money.
Crazy.
How do you feel that the UFC is paying from back in the day till now? Do you think it's fair?
I think it's decent. No, I don't think it's fair. I think that because we're a new sport, we're doing decent, but also compared to how much profit the UFC is making, absolutely not. We get paid crap. But I'm also in the best paid promotion there is, so it's hard to argue with it when nobody else can even keep up with their shitty pay. But yeah, the UFC, if you look at their profit margin versus their payout margin, it's absolute trash. And I get it that more fighters are paid. I don't think there's like a man versus woman difference. I think that's bullcrap. I think it's all based on the entertainment value they bring. I think we saw that with Ronda Rousey back in the day. She was getting paid more than anybody else. Then there was the Conor McGregor. Like, they have entertainment value. That's the whole sport. It's an entertainment industry, not a, oh, we win so we get paid more. Like, that's not how it works, unfortunately. And the more promotable you are, or the more politics you play, the more money you're going to get paid. But that being said, I do not think you should be at the highest level of your sport in the world and be getting paid 10 and 10. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Well, agreed 100%.
Because people don't understand, like, even out of what we get paid, say you start in the UFC, you get paid $10,000 to show and $10,000 to win. You literally only get paid half. Even if you go fight, after, say you weigh in, and that person drops out, you get paid the same as if you lost the fight by fighting the next day. It's nonsense. That, and you pay your coaches, management, 3 coaches, you're going to pay them at least 25% of your purse. Total.
Wow.
It's not like you're getting this big payday, and you really got to work for it, have sponsors and all kinds of different.
Goes straight out the door to management and coaches. You pay another 10%, let's say, to taxes. And then the rest is just like, oh, yay, I took home 50% of my income and I walked out with $10,000 in my hand that I have to pay to my fight camp, paid all the food I had to eat specifically, supplements I had to get, weight cut materials, the medicals they make you pay for, because UFC doesn't cover your medicals, fun fact. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
Wow. So
what about sponsorship? Are you allowed to get sponsors or no?
I mean, I can have sponsors by being like, hey, I'll post about you on social media, give me $200. But I can't put anything on my clothing, which is back in the day where fighters got the main revenue.
Correct.
And nowadays we can't carry anything onto stage with us. We can't carry anything into the cage. We can't wear anything other than UFC stuff during fight week, period.
Wow.
Yeah, they really locked that whole thing down.
Yep. And you think they benefit more from letting fighters have sponsors and being like, hey, just give us 30% of all sponsors that you get. That would be the smarter way to do it, in my opinion. Maybe they're just like logistics wise, they don't want to have to keep up with it. I mean, they can't be getting paid enough by, say, Venom to make it worth that when you have so many fighters on a roster that could be getting so many different sponsorships.
Sure.
It's kind of crazy to me. I don't really understand it from even a business perspective. It seems like a stupid business decision, but I'm not in charge of it, you know, and I'm having a decent life from doing what I'm doing, so I can't complain too much, but I do think it's an unfair battle.
Yeah. Like the days of the Roman gladiators, for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
right.
So I hear, but I don't know if it's for the men or the women. Is it true that if you knock your opponent out and you punch them again while they're on the ground, you get extra $5,000?
No, that's not
true.
No, who told you that?
That's what I heard. I heard if the person knocks the other person out and then hits them again while they're on the ground.
No, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. Just like, you know, I've been told like, oh, you get this much of a bonus if you finish him versus not a finish. And it's like, no, you don't. You ain't shit nothing. Or you get a bonus from being ranked and this rank. I'm like, no, we don't get paid anymore. We're on a solid contract. Like, doesn't matter how you win unless you get fight of the night bonus, which they could pass out 3 to 4 every fight card, right?
Right. Wow.
Wow.
This is good. People need to hear this because I don't think they believe it.
No, that, and people also, I'd say every day, at least twice a day, I get asked, like, when's your next fight? Or what's your schedule for your next fight? And I'm like, I don't get a schedule. This isn't a high school basketball team. I just say, yeah, I'm scheduled for a home team in 2 weeks. Like, that's not how it works. Like, they call me and go, hey, you want this fight? Take it or leave it. And if I say I don't want it, they say, all right, you're not getting a fight for 6 months. We offered you a fight and you didn't want to take it. Like, it's a punishment system. And if I do take it, it could be next weekend that they call and have a fight. Right. And it's like, okay, maybe it's 6 months from now. Like I fought in last July. I was begging for a fight all the time. I got offered a short notice in November while I was sitting in bed with COVID, and it was on a 7-day notice, and it was against a girl that was in the top 5. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm literally like, can't breathe. And next thing I know, they're like, okay. And I don't get to fight until February, you know, and it was
oh my God,
almost 9-month layoff because I was sick in bed. Like, it is what it is. And it's not like we get paid a salary. We get paid to fight. That's it.
So if you don't fight, you don't get paid. Basically, right?
And on top of that, it's like, I don't get to decide when I fight. I'm right now like, hey, I'm ready for short notices. Hey, I'll call out this person, this person, this person. And they're like, well, they don't want to fight. And it's like, okay, well, you punish me when I don't fight. But next thing I know, I see that girl on a fight the 2 weeks after. And I'm like, how's that fair? But, you know, you shake your booty on Instagram or something like that. You seem to get privilege.
Yeah, it really does seem like that.
That's how I became famous.
Yeah, me too. Now on Instagram, you got all these women breastfeeding their kids all over the place. It's like, damn, you didn't get enough views on your last post, huh? You gotta step it up a notch. Pretty wild.
Yeah, it's amazing what the algorithm feeds people too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I hate that guy. Algorithm.
Yep.
Algorithm.
So, Lisa has a question. Wow. So you really have to have a lot of fights a year. And how does that work with keeping your body healthy?
Well, like I said to Lisa, I wish I had more fights a year. I wish I could fight 4 times a year. It would be ideal for me. I usually only get 2 to 3. But if I fought that much, you know, it's all about not getting hurt in your fights. So far, I've not had any major injuries during a fight. I've had one that I thought was a major injury where my eye like went blind during the Jasmine Jasudavicius fight. Ended up being an optical concussion because of my past retina surgeries. I have a lot of sensitivity in my eyes, and I was back within a few weeks as far as healing and having the procedure done. But as far as body recovery, I mean, we're trained athletes. We train every day, or at least I do. I train 6 days a week, about 4 hours a day on average, I would say. And your body just gets so used to that training. I joke, but our norm, like if I go on a hike with somebody, I'm not going to burn any calories because my body's so used to such extreme stuff. And we take care of our bodies just as well, at least those of us who are trying to stay in the sport long term. I go to physical therapy, not as like something heal an injury, but as a preventative measure twice a week, get sports massages once a week, chiropractic once a week when I can. And it's kind of all part of the PT. Just try to keep up with recovery there, ice bath, sauna, stretching, whatever we can do.
So would you do a fight like how Mike Tyson, Jake Paul are doing? What's it called when it's not sanctioned?
I don't know. I mean, if I wasn't contracted by the UFC and was getting paid that much for it, heck yeah, I would.
Yeah, like say they were going to pay you a whole bunch of money and go fight some non-sanctioned fight. Could you do it though, or would the UFC say no, you ain't doing that?
No, I cannot do it. I am contracted exclusively with the UFC. I cannot do anything with anyone else. I even have to give them permission or get permission when I decide to do a jiu-jitsu competition.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's wild because you can get hurt. Anything can happen, right?
Yep. And then like they aren't gonna cover it. They're like, great, you screwed it up. You're a liability now. We don't want you on our card. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to help you.
No.
Put money in your bank account. And
I know. But like for me, I'm even scared to like, I live in Colorado now. I haven't done any of the winter sports stuff. I'd love to. I'm an athlete. I'm like, I want to go snowboarding. I want to try skiing, you know, like all this stuff. And it's like, but I might sprain a finger and then I won't be able to fight if they call me in 2 weeks. But thank you to those of you complimenting my fighting.
If you were skiing, yeah, right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to be really careful on how you approach different things because you don't want to risk your whole careers on some stage.
Yeah, people will be like, come on, do this. And I'm like, listen, I love doing that. I'm a risk taker, but I'm also not going to do it when my entire income's on the line.
Right.
Yeah, but
I want to ask one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the UFC, are the same rules and the same stuff that you go through for the men and women, or are they different?
They're the exact same rules. The only difference I would say is that men wear a cup. And even women are allowed to technically wear like a female cup, but that's the only different thing. And the ref's still supposed to stop it if we get hit there. Like all the rules are the exact same.
Exhibition fight. That's what I was going to say. An exhibition fight.
Well, technically, so it shouldn't even, it's bullshit that it's called an exhibition fight. It's not true because an exhibition fight is supposed to only be a fight if you're not a professional. And they're both professional. So really, it's not an exhibition fight, but they're going to call it whatever they want to call it because they're paying money to do it.
Yeah. So if they set up an insane exhibition fight for you, and they had a crazy amount attached to it, would you take it and be like,
and then fight it out with the UFC?
You wouldn't be able to because
they could sue me personally for all that money. Basically, I am not allowed to leave the contract. It'd be one thing if I'm at the end of my contract, say it's my last fight on the contract, I fight, and then I'm a free agent. Sure, I do it.
Well, how long is your contract for? When is it up?
Mine personally, I go on 4-fight contracts. So I am only on my next one will be the second fight on my current contract. So I've already had, I think this is my 4th contract with the UFC or 3rd. Sometimes they renegotiate the 3rd fight. It just depends kind of. But yeah, I would have to wait. Some people get like 8-fight contracts, and that's kind of amusing to me. It's usually if they know they might start sucking and going downhill, but they're still promotable enough that the UFC will sign them. I know Molly McCann's one of those that signed a very long contract. And then others, that's the really sucky part, is like if you're making your debut at the UFC, sometimes they'll just offer you a 1-fight contract. And it's basically just to come in there on a 4-day notice, get your ass beat, and then they never talk to you again. So that's when I refused them a couple times when I started out. Like I wasn't in the UFC for a long time. They'd offer me a fight and it was just terrible. Like they were just trying to get me beat up, you know. And they'd be like 1-fight contract, 3-day notice against Antonina Shevchenko was my first ever offer. And I was 3-0 as a pro. I was like 19 years old. And I was like, oh my goodness, the UFC's calling me. And luckily my dad was there to knock some sense into me. And he's like, they're wanting you to go in and lose. You're not going to make weight. You probably will lose. And they'll never talk to you again. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll wait.
Yeah, you got to play your cards right so you can have a long-lasting career.
Exactly. I do only have a couple more minutes. Just wanted to let you guys
know. Yeah, definitely.
What's your record right now?
Oh, my goodness. I think, it's terrible. I don't know that. But I think it's 15-5. 15-5.
Very good. You're right. I was testing you.
So what do you got coming up in the future, and do you want to promote what you got going on for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. So I don't have any fight coming up. I wish I did. If you guys want to hype me up, go for it. I'm going to try to hype up for the fight tomorrow. I would love to fight the winner of, I think it's Dudakova, or however you say her name, versus Melissa Gatto. I'd love to fight that one. I've already kind of called out Casey O'Neill. I called out Vivian Orojo. I'd like to fight either one of them, or Rougeau, however you pronounce it. Lauren Murphy is another one. I've actually trained with her before, but hey, I'll fight her too, you know? And yeah, then the winner of this Melissa Gatto versus the other girl, like I'll fight the winner of that too. I'm just looking for a fight, trying to get back in there as soon as I can and staying fit and healthy to where if I do get called for a fight next weekend, I'm good to go. And
I have the flyer right here. I'll show
everyone. Yeah. So I'm doing a watch party tomorrow night for the fight card Blanchfield versus Faro. So if you guys want to join it, it's a link in my bio on Instagram. You just go click, then the millions.com watch party. You guys can come watch the fights live with me. I'll be commentating for them. And there's also a live chat. So you guys can ask me any questions about my life, about fighting, etc. And we'll just have some fun. You guys don't even have to listen to me. You can just put in questions and listen when you want to. But join it.
Cool.
So the last question I got is if your career with the UFC was over, would you ever fight Ronda Rousey on an exhibition fight?
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Let's get that done, and I'll take care of the contracts and all that, and we can get it going.
We're gonna talk to Stitch for her.
Yeah, take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate
thank you,
Miranda.
This was great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's always great to have you on. Definitely. Go check out Miranda Maverick.
Happy Easter.
Have a great night.
You guys too. At Fear the Maverick on all the socials and prowlerpickles.com.
There you go.
I'll drop a link in the description for all of your stuff.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys. Stay safe.
Yay. That was great, man.
Wow, what a nice person, huh?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You did great, Sonny. We did great.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, she's
really
great person.
I'm sorry, I forgot who mentioned it, but wow, she was really, really down to earth.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Definitely. She's a great fighter, level-headed person, and she's got a great future ahead of herself. She's
planning it. That's what's great about it.
She's a champion, man. She's the UFC champion.
But I mean, she's planning on her future too down the line. Like she's not going to be able to do this forever.
Yeah.
So yeah. Very, very, very well-rounded is right. Francis, where'd your picture go?
And we got to touch. The picture's gone because she's watching on YouTube instead of through Facebook.
Ah.
Yeah. She's got the pickles going on. She has the training, other women, and that's crazy. Them women getting punched in New York City. You see that? The woman with the egg on her head from getting punched?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a scary place. And when you grow up from there, the greatest city in the world, that's all I heard my whole life. Not just from New Yorkers, but everybody said it. And what it's turned into is such a hellhole and a slum, and like you said before, and giving away sleeping quarters and living quarters that are meant for the vets that fought for this country, and they're giving it to the undoctrinated aliens that are coming in. People laying on the streets, sleeping on the streets. And
yeah, one of them countries down south, I forgot which one it is. One of them released all their criminals and sent them here.
Yeah.
Emptied their whole prison of the most dangerous criminals and sent them to the U.S.
That was Venezuela, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. And those were some badass looking people too.
Yeah, like really crazy looking.
Yeah.
And they sent them all are here. That's a wrap, man. Like things are gonna get really interesting in the USA. Yeah,
Rogue is right. Some states have made it now legal for illegals to have guns.
I know. I don't get it, man. Listen, if they've, man, I'm not playing. Like you can't let these people do that. Like, and you think what? The U.S. citizens aren't going to protect themselves?
But you're going to have to wait and see what happens with Texas. If Texas succeeds, a bunch of more states are going to do it wrong. It's going to be a civil war all over again.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It ain't looking too good. The link is in the description for the pickles. I just put it in. I just put it in the chat. I got her link for her store, fearthemaverick.net. Go check it out. Yeah,
Fear the Maverick.
That was a great show, man. Really good.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how poorly they're treated, though.
I know. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know that I thought like they had a schedule of fights on how I thought it was like they're on a baseball team, like they're
I mean,
scheduled to fight like this like each quarter
right.
or something, or each half or whatever of the year, you know.
You know, who's the defending champion? What's up and coming? I got to beat this one to get to that one. There's none of that.
Yeah,
You just
no,
got to sit and wait for them to call you. That's not right.
no, and like, how are you supposed to live? How are you supposed to?
Mm. Well, there's money going somewhere. It's just not going to the fighters.
And then they own your whole image, everything about you. Basically,
Everything.
they own you.
That's why I asked about sponsors, because I've never seen anybody wearing a hat that said McDonald's. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Because you can't. They
You
won't let
can't.
you.
It's in the contract too. That's ridiculous.
Only their sponsors. That the UFC has sponsors, and they have to wear their clothing during that time.
Right. Well, where's that money going?
They get millions of dollars. Yeah, they get millions of dollars for these sponsors, and the fighters don't get it.
Absolutely.
It's insane, man.
It's like NASCAR used to be. It used to be that way too.
Remember all the stickers on the car and everywhere and shit? They put it everywhere, all over their helmets and shit.
STP, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember all that shit too.
That's very good, Francis. I was thinking the same thing. That she has her father there to help her and guide her along. Yeah. That's important.
Definitely.
Because you can get so anxious and so eager that you make a wrong decision. Next thing you know, you're blind in one eye, God forbid.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if that would have happened? She would have took a fight and not been ready.
Well, did you heard of it? They don't even have health insurance through the UFC,
and they don't even take care. If you get your ass whooped in the ring, they don't cover your bills.
You got to pay for it out of your own pocket. Oh my God. So that's it. I'm stopping training.
You're walking out with a big egg on your head. There goes my money from winning.
Right. Yeah. Terrible.
So, and then you get your ass whooped, right? If you get your ass whooped, you still don't get paid, and you still got to go to the hospital and get a bill.
Right.
I forgot to ask her what she thinks about guys who get punched in the face and get an ambulance ride.
I tried to open the door there if there was any difference between men and women. She said no. So, in other words, everybody gets treated like shit. It doesn't matter. That's terrible.
I mean, they should. I don't think they should have the cup thing because a lot of people bitches anyway, right? A lot of dudes out there are bitches.
She got a little kick out of that too.
Yeah, that was a great question. That really was.
I was surprised by some of the answers, though. I was hoping to get schooled, and in a different way, not that way. It kind of depressed me a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be.
You do all that training, you get in there, you're getting punched and kicked and bicked and dropped and slammed and everything else, and then whatever you put in your pocket,
here's $5. Get out.
60% of it's gone. It's not even yours. Oh my God!
No, you're just handing it out to everyone you're walking away.
You got to sell pickles so you can get Uber for the ride home.
But she's doing great, man. She's got a great
She got a great head. Yep.
She has a great brand. Her branding is really good, and she's doing great.
Yeah.
She gets calls every day. She's a pretty popular fighter. Everyone knows who she is.
And the money in giving the lessons, that's really where it's at. So, but
yeah,
obviously she'd be getting a lot more if she can get a few more fights in there, right?
Of course,
you want to look her up. Wait a minute, why are we going to hire her? She hasn't fought in 9 months. People would think that way.
Yeah, some people would, but
go open a place in the city to defend yourself if you want to go shopping.
It doesn't matter. If she retired now, she still would have a good future because she's a UFC champion. People want to be trained by a UFC champion, whether it's a former one or a current one. They want to be trained by a champion, and she is a champion.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge difference,
She's a champion,
there's people who have just made it to the UFC and didn't even win, and they're out training people and doing great. So
true.
It all depends,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what's his name does 400 students. He told us, remember?
Yeah, he's a great guy too, man.
Yeah, he
Zach.
was.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Zach Davis. I know
400
you were.
students.
That's right near where that bridge is, where
Yeah.
his class is.
And he didn't answer me yet, so I was starting to get nervous. Like, but thank God we heard that the cars that went into the water were the people that were working on the bridge cars. That when they called in the Mayday, they were able to close the bridge down, so no traffic went on it before it collapsed. Thank God for that. But
yeah. I thought, man, can you imagine if that happened during rush hour while that bridge was packed with cars?
Oh my God.
That would have been a lot worse, man. But I don't know. Something is telling me it was deliberate.
I agree.
And the federal government's paying for it, for the bridge to get rebuilt. Why?
Yeah, right out of the pocket.
Why?
Why are we paying for it?
Why are we paying for it when the boat has insurance?
Right.
Makes no sense.
And the company, whoever hired the company, they're responsible for it. Whoever hired that captain, they're responsible. Why are we paying for it?
Listen,
I agree.
they should be in prison. Whoever's driving that boat should be in prison.
I heard Gene Barello was driving the boat.
Probably with his lips. They should have put his lips in between the boat and the bridge. It would have cushioned right off. It would have cushioned it.
Or boing.
Yeah, it would have been like boing, right? Like this.
Oh my God.
Motorboat lips.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
happy
man.
Easter, everybody.
Yeah, happy Easter, everybody, and we'll see you soon. I don't know.
Thank you, Baywatcher.
And don't forget to check out Sugar Bear Barbari's interview dropping tonight at 11 o'clock. Or no, 10:30, I believe. That was good.
I think 10:30 you said, yeah. He cracks me up, that guy. He really does.
I gotta check it out. Make sure you guys check that one out, because he finishes the story about Salvi Testa snatching the money out of his
I'm just gonna do that. Hey,
it's at
Salvi.
10:30.
It's Salvi.
It's what do I do? So it's Salvi. And yeah, you guys are all great. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Buona Pasqua.
Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get our videos every time they drop. And if you don't like these videos, too fucking bad. Just deal with it.
And remember,
don't be a bitch. Peace. Thanks, man. Peace, everybody.
Bye, everybody.